Is AI coming to steal your job? That's a question that's a little too big for this channel. And the only thing I'm concerned with is if AI is coming to steal my job. As a powerlifting coach, there's been a proliferation, huge word, of AI, quote unquote, training apps that have hit the market. I've tested Juggernaut AI in the past. If you're interested in that, you can find those videos on the channel. But today, we're talking about Base Strength AI, which is a newcomer to the AI training app market by Alexander Bromley, who, as you know, is a content creator on YouTube. I have reviewed a ton of his stuff, really like the programming that he puts out. So today, I want to talk to you about whether or not Base Strength AI is something that you should be interested in and something that you should throw your hard-earned money at in order to get stronger. I like to be positive on this channel, so we're gonna start with a pro, and that is this is a slick UI. I really enjoyed my time using this app. It's fun to use. It's futuristic. It feels like something that should be on the market, touting itself as an AI app. Very similar to Juggernaut AI, as you enter into the program, you're going to fill out a bunch of data on yourself so that the app can base its training recommendations off of your data, not only when you first start on the app, but your pre-workout check-in. How are you feeling on the day? Did you sleep well? How do you feel strength-wise? What's your mentality like? All of the good stuff that the AI is then going to utilize, supposedly, to change your training. However, it doesn't quite shake out that way. We are, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on who you ask, not quite there in terms of generative AI helping you actually make decisions in your training. You are still going to have to input a lot of variables. These AI style apps are basically glorified spreadsheets that are a little bit more sophisticated at taking the inputs that you give it and spitting out outputs in terms of what your training should look like on a day-to-day basis. This is not the fault of Base Strength AI. This is not the fault of Juggernaut or Evolve. This is where we are with the technology. And for some people like me who make their living off of coaching other people, I think that's cool. I think that this app has a place in the market, but it may not be the AI app that a lot of people think that it is. One thing that I was very excited for with Base Strength AI was the fact that you got access to Bromley's programming library. As someone who has done a couple of his programs, I did Bull Mastiff, I did a full review on it on Boostcamp, another app that I really like. I was excited to pair Bromley's library of training with the AI features, because I thought if I'm just utilizing the program on a spreadsheet from his book or from Boostcamp, I'm not going to get the same level of attentiveness to my needs in terms of recovery, to my needs in terms of loading. But if it's on an AI style platform, I may get closer to the individualization that I need to continue to make progress. I think that's the thing that separates training apps from boots on the ground coaching, is oftentimes training apps allow you to get your feet wet with a lot of different programs, allow you to find the ins and outs of programming. But with a coach, we have not yet found a way to beat the individualization that can come from one-on-one coaching. Now, I am a coach, so maybe I'm just shilling out for my own programming, but I really think we haven't found a way to do it yet. And unfortunately, Base Strength AI falls into this trap again. I want to make it very clear. As I said earlier, this is not Base Strength's problem or fault. This is a solid app. It is a good training app. You are going to get something out of it. But if you go to it looking for it to replace a human or a coach, you are not going to get that. And maybe that was never in the marketing. But for me, when I read and I see about these AI apps across the board, what I'm thinking is that this is going to be artificial intelligence that is going to help me make better decisions based on my individual needs in training. And it just doesn't do that. I did 4 weeks of 70s Powerlifter in the Base Strength AI. 70s Powerlifter is a program built by Bromley. It's a pretty decent program if you're used to a lot of volume, but I am not. I was coming off of a very intense program where my volume was a little bit lower and my lifting intensity was a little bit higher. So I thought, okay, let me transition to a volume program. If I utilize the AI services, it will help make that transition a little bit easier. Maybe it's user error, maybe it's just a fault in the technology, but it felt to me like I was just using another spreadsheet, and I could have gotten 70s Powerlifter out of his book, which I have, by the way, because he's a solid content creator, or out of Boost Camp or another spreadsheet online. I didn't feel that Base Strength AI gave me enough to enhance my running of the program, whereas I could have just gotten it online and probably had a very similar experience. I really want to be careful with my words here, because I'm not saying that this app is a waste of money or a scam or anything like that. It couldn't be further from the truth. I think this app has value, but it really didn't give me exactly what I was looking for, and so I wanted to make an honest review. It hurts me, man. I love Bromley's stuff. I really like the way that he programs. I really like the content that he puts out. I think he's an incredibly strong dude who seems to have the ins and outs of programming down for a specific population. Maybe we disagree in terms of volume versus intensity. He seems to be more of a volume guy, where I kind of lean more towards intensity stuff. That's great. I want disagreements in the field of exercise, because that's how we continue to get better. That doesn't mean that I'm coming on here and saying, don't buy his programs or his app, it's garbage. No, go buy his stuff. It will get you stronger, I promise you. But I want to be transparent that this app is not AI. It's not AI in the way that we are thinking of AI in 2024. We have these generative AI software that I think a lot of companies, not just in the fitness space, are kind of drifting off of, are kind of saying, oh, if we throw AI on this, people will, I don't know, maybe get confused or maybe assume some things that we are not outright saying that's going to help drive sales. That's fine, but it's up to people like me, like other reviewers in the space, to kind of talk about the fact that this is a glorified spreadsheet, maybe, and this is the first version of the app, okay? This is a new app. The technology's not there yet, but that doesn't mean that it won't be in the future. So keep checking in, keep seeking out reviews, try this thing for yourself. I think that maybe in the future we will get there, but we're not there right now. At the end of the day, it's your money. And you have to come to terms with the fact that sometimes you're going to have to spend it. Should you spend it on this app? I think yes. Give it a try. You may find better results than I did. I am one human being in the larger grand scope of humanity. So I'm not saying that it's definitely not a buy. What I'm saying is go in skeptically. Go in and really see if it's going to give you what you need to get you stronger. You may be able to just run Bromley's programs, pay for them, of course, and get the same results without having to pay for the app. There is a free month. I'm going to link it in the description. Click on it, get a free month. I'm not sponsored by them, and see what you think. We have to remove this idea that everybody's trying to scam you, which I've seen a couple places. That's not true. Just because people are trying to sell you something does not mean that they're trying to scam you on something. Go into the program with an open mind, but also a healthy bit of skepticism, and it will serve you better. With most products in the fitness space, this is the relationship that you should have. Is this going to help me? It probably will. But I'm also going to reserve a little bit of skepticism to make sure that it is helping me in the way that I want it to help me. This is a tough video for me to make. I don't like to be overly negative on this channel. I think that a lot of people in this space are trying to get you stronger, and I think Bromley falls firmly into that camp. But I felt that after my experience with the app, I wanted to put out a video to let you know that I didn't love it, and maybe you won't love it, but to still give it a try. So if you want to, please click the link in my description. It's for Base Strength AI. I'm not affiliated with them at all, but I still think that you should give it a shot. They're giving away, I think it's a free month when you sign up. Maybe it's a free 2 weeks. I don't know, but give it a shot. See how you feel. Run one of the programs on there. If you want to learn more about Bull Mastiff, which is one of my favorite programs I've ever run, written by Bromley, click on this video right here for a video review. Thank you so much for watching. Get strong and stay strong.